second video of the day. And I want to go ahead and make this video while I am making videos right now because I think that, So, okay, first and foremost, let me go ahead and get something straight here with the production of my videos as always. The reason why I am not using music in the background, because I'm no longer using a Galaxy S22. And that's because I'm now on an iPhone, which from Galaxy to iPhone, Galaxy is much more easier to edit like music and videos on because you can actually get files from the internet and you can actually put them in your videos. It's a little bit more easier. With Apple, if you want certain tunes and stuff like that in your videos, you either gotta go through iTunes to put them on your phone, or you just have to upload your stuff like from the computer and stuff like that, or buy it. So with that being said, right now I'm recording on my iPhone Pro 16 Max, and yeah, I'm sorry, it's been like dull, and I would love to start doing more video gameplay videos, but I don't have time to actually hook up my capture card, my laptop, and everything and start recording gaming videos because I also work as a I'm head of a kitchen now, so I have to like be there more time than usual. So when I make videos, it's gonna be like here, pop in, pop out, it's kind of stuff like that. So without further ado, let's talk, my nigga. So yeah, let's talk about that interesting Nintendo Switch lineup coming up. It's for the Nintendo Switch 2, by the way. NateTheHate. This guy has gotten a lot of things right. And he was the first one to actually tell us that we wasn't going to get a general direct at all. And now he's telling us that we ain't going to get no general direct until June. So for presentation wise, that leaves 2 months of nothing for Nintendo fans. Well, not really, because a lot of things can happen in 2 months. One, we can get a mini direct. Yes, we can get a mini Nintendo direct. It could come out the blue. You don't need like a literal a general direct. Mini direct is fine. You can still announce Nintendo stuff. You can still announce like movie stuff. You can still announce like amiibos and stuff like that. It's fine. It's a mini direct. It's supposed to be bite size. So if you got some really important announcements, they really can't wait until June to get people riled up, or it can be like a little precursor to what Nintendo is coming up with, and then June is the big pop off month, and it makes sense for June because that was the release year of the Nintendo Switch 2, and then we'll be on to year 2. Yeah, it's still crazy that we're still in year 1 of the Nintendo Switch 2, and we won't be in year 2 until June. So yeah, Nintendo got time and everything to like pop off, and show stuff still. Plus, there's still X announcements. They can drop stuff on Nintendo Today. They can still drop stuff on X/Twitter. They can still make social media posts, and they can always announce stuff. They always did. Remember Splatoon Raiders? They announced that 9 months ago. Just dropped it on Nintendo Today, and I think, oh, Nintendo can do anything with Nintendo Today, and it can be on social media in less than like 10 minutes afterwards. So fingers crossed. I hope something gets announced. Like they usually drop stuff like around like on like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays on Nintendo Today. Hopefully they announce something tomorrow that get people riled up and excited. So not only that, they can still have like partner directs, and they can also have like indie worlds. So June is not the end all be all for Nintendo announcements. It's just that's when Nintendo's really gonna have their big general announcement that's gonna pop off for the rest of the year. Like what's going on for the rest of the year. And if they need to update or tell us anything about upcoming games, we'll see more at the end of the year. Like for real, like what we have going on, man. We still got to hear about Fire Emblem, Rhythm Heaven. Heck, they can still show some Pokemon information, but I think they'll show Pokemon in Pokemon Presents. But other than that, anything can go. So June is not the end all be all for Nintendo announcements. So I'm okay with Nintendo waiting as long as they can still show us like some stuff, like update us on certain games, like they do with Yoshi. Yoshi comes out in May on 21st, actually, a day after my birthday. So that's a birthday present for me though. But they can introduce Yoshi. They can still show off Yoshi. They can still show off Fire Emblem beforehand. And what Nintendo do, they like to quickly announce stuff and update us on stuff. The rapid spin a lot. And I understand like a lot of Nintendo fans are antsy because a lot of stuff is getting leaked. Speaking of leaks, we're about to go into that in a minute. But there's like stuff like by ESRB ratings and stuff like that. Like freaking Devil May Cry 5 got leaked, and then there's that Sonic Frontier Definitive Edition. Probably just a Switch 2 edition that they got leaked. So Nintendo can do anything at any time. It's not the end all be all for June General Direct. So if they're gonna do it in June, let it be. Okay, but that's always an opportunity for something else. Lord, my family is large. My family is loud. But let's go ahead on to like what this meeting video about. My family done distracted the hell out of me making this video, but we're gonna go on with it though. NateTheHate also leaked a bunch of games that have not been confirmed or shown off yet. And it's just surprising how NateTheHate came out of nowhere with this. And right after Star Fox got confirmed for the Super Mario movie. So I cannot wait to see that movie. See my boy Fox McCloud. I'm literally, if I have to go there by myself, I don't care if I ain't got no date. I don't care if I got no partner. I don't care if my nephew don't go or my niece don't go. I'm going to see a Super Mario movie that day. And I'm gonna have to go on April the 1st, but I have to go in the daytime because that's also my sister's birthday, which everything is surrounding me not to go to this movie. But I am gonna press on and I'm gonna go see Super Mario Galaxy. Now, Star Fox. Two sources talking about a new Star Fox games. There was a post on Reddit that basically confirmed a whole list of games that NateTheHate, and even go into some detail about that. So Star Fox, NateTheHate, and that Reddit post both said there's a new Star Fox game coming in 2026, summer 2026. Even Ash Riddle even said, "Hey, there's something coming, and we're gonna have it real soon." And must be talking about the Star Fox game. So this is a big thing because the last Star Fox game that we had was Zero, and people didn't like Zero because, let's face it, that game basically told y'all couldn't drive and y'all had to accept the truth that y'all just couldn't drive. But anywho, I'm so excited that Star Fox, and then in that post on Reddit, they said there's a classic style game, which NateTheHate also said, and then there's an adventure style game. What? So Nintendo is trying to bring back Star Fox now. I pray to God that y'all buy this game. Please don't do it like y'all did Donkey Kong and Kirby. Y'all did Donkey Kong, Bonanza, and Kirby Air Riders dirty. And this game, and we need Star Fox, man. Y'all understand, man. When Nintendo bringing back these franchise, man, y'all did Metroid Prime 4 dirty. Y'all don't understand. These games need y'all sales, and these games need y'all because Nintendo is literally putting effort towards bringing these franchises back that's long requested, and Star Fox needs your love. So if this does come true and Nintendo does announce Star Fox, holy heck, we need to be there supported. So, okay, that's not the only thing that NateTheHate talk about. They talked about the summer lineup. The summer lineup is bonkers because it said Fire Emblem, Splatoon, Raiders, and freaking Rhythm Heaven, and Nintendo Switch Sports. I'm hoping that it's Nintendo Switch Sports Resort and they expand on what they had. Don't get me wrong, Nintendo Switch Sports was okay as a game, but it was lackluster. I gotta admit, not having baseball and not having boxing, or you know, those was the key games that people like to play, especially me. I love the baseball game back in Wii Sports. That was my favorite. Oh my god. So, but y'all gotta have that back. Please, for the love of God, have that back. And it has to be an expansion. It can't be a Switch 2 edition. If it's a Switch 2 edition, then I expect extra content because that's what Switch 2 edition does. Not just 4K 60 FPS or 120 FPS. Please. Damn, Rhythm Heaven. I never played a Rhythm Heaven game. Fake Nintendo fan here. Haven't played a freaking Rhythm Heaven game. But I do want to get into the series. It looked interesting. I'm hoping that it'll recalibrate my love for rhythm games because I used to be playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band all the time. And I did dabble in the Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts Melodies and Memories. I did, dabble in some rhythm games before. So rhythm games are not like foreign to me. I played rhythm games before. So if Nintendo comes through with some heat with Rhythm Heaven, I will be picking up that game day one and finally get myself into Rhythm Heaven. I want to see what everybody's love is about. Hopefully I love what I play. So with that being said, now let's talk about Splatoon Raiders. Now there is some big confusion going on. Is Splatoon Raiders going to have a multiplayer focus? Is it going to be multiplayer, or is it going to be a single player focused game? We all want to know, is there going to be a new online mode for it, or is it just going to be just Splatoon Raiders? Here's a single player game. I honestly think that I honestly say it's going to be the latter, single player, because they spent a lot of time updating 3 for Nintendo Switch 2, even giving it like frame rate boosts, graphic improvements, and everything. They have movement improvements, like online capabilities. Like they've been building up Splatoon 3 to be the online experience for the time being. And when time comes, they will be moving on to Splatoon 4. But right now they got to get out Splatoon Raiders. And I hope to God that everything like falls in place for them with this game. I hope it's a good game too, because I fell off of Splatoon round 3. I think I was just burnt out because I played so much of 2. I didn't feel like going back into like the 3rd game, and that's a shame because that's not the only game that happened with me. I could say the same thing about Tears of the Kingdom. I played so much of Breath of the Wild that going to Tears of the Kingdom, basically I had a hard time getting back into it. But I may be going back to Tears of the Kingdom soon for a reason that's coming up in this video. Then it comes down to Fortune's Weave. I've been looking so forward to this game. I thought it was going to come out in the spring, in May, but crap, Nintendo haven't said nothing on it. But it's the freaking summer. It's according to NateTheHate, it's coming out in the summer. And you know what? I can hold off. That'll be a good summer game for me. In the summer, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not at the Crown. I'm not at my job. You know, I'm between weeks in baseball, especially in July. It's my work schedule in the summer is light. It's heavy on some weeks, then it's light on some weeks. But I want to have that as my 2 weeks off game, where I have nothing to do for 2 weeks in summer, and I want to have it like that, like in that like, because I freaking love Fire Emblem, and it's one of the strategy RPGs that I do play, and it's one that I freaking love. I just love Fire Emblem. It's such a good series, and Fortune Weaves looks to be a prequel or a sequel to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Hopefully, this will be an amazing title. I cannot wait to see what intelligence system is cooking up. And NateTheHate says it's going to be in the summer, so hope the game turned out good. But there's 2 more games that he mentioned on his little list there. And Nintendo may be pulling out some remakes. Now, I heard like a report, like this game is going to be a remake. It's going to be also using the pixel art style. I'm like, how is it going to be using a pixel art style if it's a remake? Because Super Metroid, if it's going to be a pixel art style, I'm going to be disappointed, because that means Super Metroid is just perfect. It's already there. Like, you just played, like, NSL got set, you can go ahead and play Super Metroid, and it's going to be like that. But I also heard like a report that Mercury Studios is also developing it, and I'm hoping that's the case, because if it does, it can improve like on movement speeds, music, and can bring the life out of some areas in Super Metroid. Super Metroid, anybody can agree, is a perfect video game. It's literally a 10 out of 10 video game. There's literally nothing wrong with that game. You remember when they was trying to find somebody to develop it for the N64, and the developers were like, hey, nah, bro, that game, no, I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. But I am hoping that they can just bring out the more perfectness of Super Metroid. And I hope that, you know, Super Metroid, the remake, actually looks good, comes out looking good, and it just builds on an already perfect game. It's hard to comprehend that a game like Super Metroid, perfect game, like literally there's no flaws in that game. It's hard to like justify a remake because the game is that good. It's literally perfect. I don't know how I keep telling y'all, man. So if it does come true and Super Metroid do get a remake this year, I am day one buying that crap. And I would sit there with the biggest grin on myself, like, playing that game. But that's not the only remake that Nintendo has been working on. So according to NateTheHate, the big one here, the holiday game is the holiday game is no other than The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. Now, the rumor is with this one, is the fact that Nintendo is putting some serious cash behind this remake. So we're not going to get a retread of the 3DS remake. We're going to get a more expanded remake than what the 3DS remake is. Let's be honest with you. Look, 3DS remakes updated games like Star Fox 64, Ocarina of Time. Got games on the Nintendo 3DS, and those games are good, well received. But I already played those games. They mostly play the same, just with new visuals. But I think Nintendo is trying to shake up some things, story wise and gameplay wise, for this game. Of course, the graphics going to be improved. So the question is, what kind of graphical style they're going to go with? Are they going to go? Are they going to tread a more realistic style to bring out that more realistic looking the Legend of Zelda style that Ocarina was going for, or are they going to try to adapt the Breath of the Wild style? Which, in my honest opinion, heck yeah, I will take the Breath of the Wild style, but I know I'm playing Ocarina of Time. Are they actually going to make Hyrule feel something this time? More than just point A, point B stops. I want to see Long Long Ranch. I want to see the Hyrule Castle Town. I want to see freaking, I cannot remember the village name, but I also want to see like the Great Bay. I want to see like not the Great Bay. That's Majora's Mask. I want to see Lake Hylia. You know, just looking good. I want to see Goron Mountain. Oh my God, man! And just bring it to life, man. And holy crap, just to see all those characters, redone and remodeled and everything. I think what Nintendo's going to try to do with this remake is going to make more sense, knowing what we do now with the Legends of the timeline. I think that's what the biggest change is going to be. Like, how do this connect to all the games? Are we going to see certain events that lead up to the game? Are we actually going to get a canon ending when the Link actually dies, and that be the be all end all of the Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, that was just a hero falling down, hero falling. Now we all know if he wins, it separates the timelines. Timeline when Link left and a timeline when Link returned home. So yeah. So, and it called me crazy. I think that's one of the reasons why Nintendo has been sharing Ocarina of Time stuff and making Ocarina of Time Legos and stuff like that. I think that they're also going to implement what they told us in the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. If you have not played the Echo of Wisdom game, spoiler warning, but in that game they retold the beginning of how the goddesses made the world, but then they revealed why the goddesses made Hyrule, because of Noel. Because Noah was eating away at everything that tried to spring life. And so they said they're going to contain it inside Hyrule. And now that's the reason why, it's... Oh, and you got to play Echoes of Wisdom. It's really a good Zelda game. Don't listen to everybody. Yeah, there's some annoyances, but under that annoyances, it's such a perfect game. It's such a beautiful game, I mean. But, anywho... That's why I just gotta think on Nate that hates rumors. I think that we're in for a good year. Oh, there's one more thing. No 3D Mario. Suck it, Switch Force. There's no 3D Mario this year. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I myself too is ready for a new Mario game. I done played Wonder the Heck and Back. I done played Super Mario RPG, Thousand Year Door, and Brothership. I think I'm just ready for a traditional 3D Mario game right now. And I was hoping that it was gonna be Galaxy 3. Because the fact of the Galaxy movie, it says that's the main event of the Mario anniversary. Oh boy. So Mario don't comes out until next year, and I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. If what this year has so far, I think I'm good. Oh, also Dust Bloods don't come out till like the fall. So I think Nintendo has something up their sleeve, and I think Pokemon is not done with the year, because I think Pokemon win the waves. I think Pokemon got something else for the anniversary as well. I think this gonna come out soon. I think there's more games that Nintendo is letting on to be, and I think Nintendo had that big general direct to just pop the freak off. And I think if this shows all this stuff that Nintendo's working on, we're in for some heat. I'm sorry. And this console right here, Heck yes. Heck yeah. It seems like the Switch consoles are good for games, man. I swear to God. Hey, it's your boy Kahuna Silver signing out. Deuces.